Welcome back to Vel, Ohio, and this should be a short video here today, more of a slideshow really, but just in the couple first days of my COVID-cation, I decided that I was going to take on a project to paint one of my favorite helmets in my stable. You guys might have seen it in the time trial video that I did with Daryl on the tandem bike, and it is my Giro Vanquish. Now, probably 4 years ago, one of the local performance bike shops in town was closing because the whole business was going under, and they had a size large Giro Vanquish there on like 80% clearance, but the large was noticeably too large for my head, and I do kind of bounce back and forth between being a size medium or being a large. So with that large being so large, I just knew that the medium, if I ever found one, would be basically a perfect fit. So kind of just passively looking on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace over the years, I did find one last year in a medium at a very fair price. The only problem is it was high-vis yellow. And this Giro Vanquish actually comes in lots of cool colors that I would have preferred. You know, all sorts of matte blacks and gloss blacks and carbons and black and white checkerboards with, you know, all sorts of cool stripes and things like that. So I love the helmet. It fits great. Aerodynamically speaking, it's supposed to save you about 10 watts over a standard helmet, which might come in handy for me in some of these upcoming races. But I just couldn't live with the fact that it was high-vis yellow. So I know you're not supposed to paint helmets, generally speaking. I think that if all you're doing is painting the hard plastic shell and you're not contaminating any of the expandable polystyrene, the safety risk is pretty well minimized. So on this Giro Vanquish, because it has very limited ventilation in a good way, and still adequate, still keeps your head cool, there was just so much broad plastic to paint that I knew that I could safely do it. So I picked a hammered black finish to start with, carefully taping off the helmet and covering the rest with newspaper. So check a little bit of a slideshow action out here, and then I can show you the finished product. So this does bring us to the finished product. I can tell that I have a couple splatter points in the paint here and there, but I'm no professional, so I think for just my finger on the nozzle, that's really not too bad. Now, because it's me, I did have to put a Deadpool sticker on the back and a couple flames shooting out of the exhaust vents. My original plan had actually been to vinyl wrap it, and this is the vinyl wrap that I had chosen, and it looked like it was just going to be a little too tricky to get it all to lay down flat. So instead I just used that for a little bit of accent work. And then of course, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, you will recognize the Majin M, which for me just means it's time to flip the switch to the dark side when I'm racing. So this is the final product. I'm really happy with how it came out. I think it should be pretty durable, and it certainly matches my kit a little more accurately as far as the color scheme is concerned. I plan to use this in some of my gravel races coming up, and if it's worth a couple minutes, should be worth it overall. So thank you guys for watching. I apologize about my COVID pipes here, but this is helping me occupy the time. So thanks again. I'll catch you in the next one.